The shuttlecock in international badminton travels at up to 426 kilometers per hour. That's not a typo. 426. And your nervous system has to process where it's going, decide where to move, and get your body there before it lands. At that speed, raw leg power is almost irrelevant. What actually determines how fast you move on a badminton court is how early your brain sends the signal. The change that makes you move twice as fast isn't in your legs at all. It's in your eyes and your ready position. Here's exactly what that means. Most players think they're slow because their legs aren't fast enough. Their legs are fine. The problem is the signal arrives too late. By the time you see the shuttle, process its direction, and tell your legs to move, you're already behind. Elite players aren't faster because they have better legs. They're faster because their brain reads the shuttle earlier and sends the signal before recreational players have even started processing. Research on badminton players found that visual reaction training produced significant improvements in both reaction time and movement time across 6-point footwork tests. Not physical training, visual training. The players who move twice as fast on court aren't the ones who sprint harder between shots. They're the ones whose brains fire earlier because they learn to read the game instead of react to it. Quick question. Next time you play watch where your eyes go between shots. If you're watching the shuttle all the way to your racket, tracking it through contact, and then looking up to find your opponent, you are already half a second behind every single rally. That half second is the entire gap between arriving early and arriving late, and it has nothing to do with fitness. Here's the one change. Stop watching the shuttle. Start watching your opponent's racket and body position instead. The shuttle moves faster than your nervous system can react to. By the time it leaves their strings and you see its direction, you have almost no time to move. But your opponent's body tells you where the shuttle is going before they hit it. Their shoulder angle, their footwork position, whether they're reaching or balanced, whether the racket face is open or closed at the moment of contact. These cues are available to you a full half second before the shuttle leaves their strings, and a half second in badminton is an enormous amount of time. Professional players pick up these visual cues so early they appear to be moving before the shuttle is hit because they essentially are. They've read the body position, made the decision, and their legs are already firing by the time the shuttle leaves the strings. That's not supernatural reflexes. That's trained visual anticipation, and it's the single fastest improvement any badminton player can make without touching their footwork, their fitness, or their technique. The fastest way to build this is through random direction training rather than fixed pattern drills. Fixed 6-point shadow drills train your legs, but they don't train your brain to make decisions under uncertainty because you already know where you're going next. Random training does. Have a partner stand at the net with a shuttle in each hand. Before they feed you, they make a small body movement, a shoulder turn, a hip rotation, a racket preparation. Your job is to read that movement and start moving before the shuttle leaves their hand. 10 repetitions, completely random directions. This forces your visual system to practice the exact skill that separates slow players from fast ones, reading intent before execution. When I started doing this deliberately, I realized how much I'd been watching the shuttle my entire badminton life. The first few sessions felt completely disorienting because my eyes kept drifting back to the shuttle out of habit. By the third session, I started arriving at shots I used to be late for, and the difference wasn't my legs at all. My legs were doing exactly what they always did. My brain just told them earlier. None of this visual training works if your ready position is wrong because the body needs to be loaded and balanced before the eyes can afford to focus on reading your opponent. If you're flat-footed, upright, or recovering from the last shot, your attention is split between your own balance and reading the game, and you can't do both at the same time effectively. Weight forward on the balls of your feet, slight knee bend, racket up, eyes on your opponent's hitting shoulder the moment your own shot leaves your strings. That's the position that lets everything else happen. The moment your shot leaves your racket, your eyes should already be on your opponent, not on your own shuttle. Stop chasing the shuttle with your eyes. Start reading the player hitting it. Fix the signal, and the movement takes care of itself.